Hello friends, welcome to Knowledge Bubbles.
இன்னைக்கு நம்ம என்ன வீடியோ பார்க்க போறோம்னா டாப் 15 பைத்தான் interview questions. And the first question is, why is Python not fully object oriented? And the answer is Python is an object oriented language but not pure. Python doesn't support strong encapsulation, which is only one of many features associated with the term object oriented. And next question is, what is Python? And the answer is Python is an interpreted object oriented high level programming language with dynamic semantics. Its high level built in data structure combined with dynamic typing and dynamic binding make it very attractive for rapid application development. And the next question is, what are the advantages of Python? And the answer is easy to read, learn, and write. Improved productivity, interpreted language, dynamically typed, free and open source, portability. And next question is, what do you mean by Python literal? And the answer is Python literals can be defined as data that is given in a variable or constant. So literal basically correspond to a short and easy way to specify a value. There are various types of literals in Python such as string literal, integer literal, long integer literal, float, etc. And next question, what is PEP8? The answer is PEP8, sometimes spelled PEP8 or PEP-8, is a document that provides guidelines and best practice on how to write Python code. The primary focus of PEP8 is to improve the readability and consistency of Python code. And the next question is, explain Python functions. And the answer is, a function is a block of honest reusable code that is used to perform a single related action. Functions provide better modularity for your application and a high degree of code reusing. Function blocks begins with the keyword def followed by the function name and parenthesis. And the next question is, name few Python web frameworks for developing web applications. And the answer is, there are various web frameworks provided by Python. Some popular frameworks are Django, TurboGis, Web2Py, Flask, Pyramid, Cubic Web. And next question, what is Python zip function? answer is the Python zip function accepts iterable items and merges them into a single tuple. The resultant value is a zip object that stores pairs of iterable. The zip function creates an iterable that will merge elements from two or more data sources into one. And next question, what is the difference between exchange and range? And the answer is in Python 2, exchange returns a list and exchange returns an exchange object, which is kind of like an iterator and generates the number of demand. In Python 3, there is no exchange, but the range function behaves like exchange in Python 2. If you want to write code that will run on both Python 2 and Python 3, you should use range. And next question, what is memory managed in Python? And the answer is Python memory is managed by Python private key space. All Python objects and data structure are located in a private heap. The programmer does not have an access to this private heap, and the interpreter takes care of this Python private heap. And next question, explain namespace in Python. And the answer is in Python, every name introduced has a place where it lives and can be hooked for. This is known as namespace. Whenever the variable is searched out, this box will be searched to get the corresponding object. And next question, what is the difference between list and tuple? And the answer, the difference between list and tuple is that the list is mutable while tuple is not mutable. And next question, what are the tools that help to find bugs and perform the static analysis? And the answer is PyChecker is a static analysis tool that detects the bug in Python source code and warns about the style and complexity of the bug. Pyland is another tool that verifies whether the module meets the coding standard. And next question, what is pickling and unpickling? And the answer is pickle module accesses any Python object and converts it into a string representation and turns it into a file by using turns function. This process is called pickling, while the process of retrieving original Python object from the store string representation is called unpickling. And next question, is Python a case sensitive language? And the answer is yes, Python a case sensitive language. Case sensitive means that small x is different from capital X. The variable of capital J Jodi is different from the variable of small j Jodi.
Thanks for watching.
நீங்க எத்தனை கொஸ்டின் கரெக்டா கண்டுபிடிச்சீங்கறத மறக்காம கமெண்ட் செக்ஷன்ல லீவ் பண்ணுங்க. Please do subscribe to Knowledge Bubbles.